You see, growing up, I was a smart kid. I always recognized a certain amount of patterns, and I always understood things and grabbed onto them pretty quickly. But there's a limit to how smart you are when you're a kid, right? I wasn't a genius, okay? I wasn't a born genius. If I was a born genius, I wouldn't be in this situation that I'm in. So I would constantly get into debates about religion. I was a deep conservative at the time. I'd get into debates about, certain policies. But I'm not gonna lie, mainly it was just like religion. I'd always just debate about it. It was always my truth. It still is my truth. But the way I'd go about it would be just completely different. I would look at the patterns and the satanicness and the evilness that you see in the music industry and the pedal ring and the Epstein files, and I'd be like, can you see that evil like actually exist? And of course this was like 3 years ago, to where if you told your average Joe that the CIA killed, JFK, they'll look at you like you're a buffoon, right? Like you're crazy. Thankfully the world is actually waking up these days, and certain conspiracies actually make sense now, at least to your average Joe. But back in the day, I just seemed like some nut job. Basically, I was saying the moon was made of cheese to them. Like, they just didn't understand what I was saying. So I'm like, yeah, this ain't working. Like, this isn't working. Pointing out all the stuff that these celebrities are doing, it's not working. And, I'm really trying to convince these guys, but I just can't. So that's where I discovered philosophy, okay? So this is where I transitioned from MAGA nut job to somebody who can actually think for themselves. Really, it's when you take that leap into philosophy that you start to realize that both sides are really just not good. Like, I remember when I was a MAGA Trump supporter that I'm like, okay, both of these sides are corrupt, but the conservative side is obviously the lesser of the two evils, right? At least these people still believe in Christianity, right? Yeah, no. Like, I don't hold that belief at all. I think they're equally stupid. And the conservatives, I don't even know what denomination of Christianity they practice. They act like Outlast. Like, if you ever played Outlast 2, that's how they move. Like, Jesus ain't never said to do any of this, but, I mean, hey, you guys do you. All right. But here's the actual good part about philosophy. Number one, it helps you, obviously, in politics. Like, you start to develop your frontal lobe a little bit more, and you're able to think about what policies are better and which ones aren't. The second thing is that it helps you defend what you believe in. I mean, why do you see me in the comments defending everything that I say? It's because I don't just spill what I hear on the internet. I'm not just regurgitating what I've heard from other people. I actually believe this stuff, and I can defend it with my own arguments and reasons. Number three, your life improves just based on doing philosophy. The hobbies that surround philosophy, reading books, watching videos, sitting and thinking, those things will naturally make you smarter. So like, the byproduct of learning philosophy is just practices that already make you smarter. You know what I mean? Like, instead of smoking, drinking, and watching stuff you shouldn't be watching, why not read, think, and look up videos, speak? Like, these are traits that are actually good. They can actually help you. And that's just for the mind. I mean, when I was doing philosophy, my discipline was top notch. I had a set time when at night I would read, or when early in the morning I would watch videos and stuff like that. And it fixed my attention span, and it also made me, not chase dopamine as much as I wanted to. Like, I would actually focus on improving myself more than just chemicals in my brain. And you notice people who have studied it and who haven't studied it. Oftentimes, people who study philosophy have higher emotional intelligence. They can actually understand the other side and not, be okay with it. There's tons of worldviews in philosophy that I understand, but I don't agree with. And that correlates with emotions too. There's There's a whole bunch of situations where I can understand where they're coming from and not agree with it, and that be that. But people who haven't, really studied that, they're more just like emotional. They're more just like more reactive. They don't really think and sit there and process emotions or process what's going on. For instance, like gay people, right? Like, is being gay wrong? Yeah, I believe it is. But at the same time, it's like, I don't get overly reactive. Like, some people get mad when they see a gay person. I'm not like that. I'm just like, okay, like, I can see where he's coming from, but, I still don't approve of it. But it's like, I'm not going to get mad because I see somebody who's like that. Like, there's no point of that. That's stupid. In fact, I actually support their rights. I mean, is it okay? No. Do they deserve rights like everybody else? Sure. Okay, so how do you get into philosophy? Now, I already know philosophy majors who are going to watch this are going to cringe at this next part, but really what you do is you pick a topic, right, that you like. For instance, if you're an atheist, you pick theology, right? It's the concept of God. If you're a Christian, the same thing. And you just go from there. Like, you just start watching debates and you just start seeing where the other side's coming from. You start watching people review those debates. You start reading the articles. Make sure that you get a fair amount of both point of views. You don't want to strictly be only one-sided. You want to branch out a little bit. And you just start learning and picking up pieces and putting things together. Like, a lot of people who are in philosophy are like, oh, pick up Aristotle's book that he wrote like 2,000 years ago and read that big book and then no, you're going to burn yourself out. You want to pick something that you actually enjoy, a topic that you like, and go at it. Now, all I can tell you is that when you're learning philosophy, make sure you keep an open mind, because even the major philosophy majors will tell you that at the end of everything, there is no answer to anything that they learned. Like, these problems have been going on for years and there is no answer to them. Like, there's no answer to them. So I think the thinking and the discourse is fun, but never talk like you have it all figured out.